But this intake manifold is full carbon. All right, so we're here for a check-in, the wide body tech build Wolfpack Performance. Basically letting you all know what's going on, what has happened, maybe some things running into, which is why some of these projects take a bit longer than most people think. You're trying to find a way to get parts to work together harmoniously in an area so that things just don't look crazy. And sometimes that's even still hard to do. Some areas are just gonna have that nuance of just looking like things are just all clumped together. So of course, you all know, moved away from traditional spark plug and wire set, direct spark over each spark plug now with a harness system and the plate. We ran into some issues with the plate, found a good plate that does work, so that's cool. Also, we upgraded to the big intake. All right, full carbon. This one is not wrapped. It's okay to have wrapped carbon components on your car because some companies don't make carbon components. And if you can have a good person who can dip and make carbon look good, do that. It's very important. But this intake manifold is full carbon. There are individual velocity stacks on each runner. They are also carbon. So this is a very nice piece. To me, worth the money. You will have to pay tariffs on that, of course, because that's where we are right now. Of course, finishing lines with the dope reservoir tanks for both clutch and brake. Harry working these way out with the linings and the fittings. And then, of course, we have the nice throttle cable that's going to come here with the gold shells on it as well. These wheels on here, we had to use the custom AG wheels because the calipers and rotors too big for OEM. And of course, MPC for the motor mounts, along with the hardware all the way throughout this build, as you can tell right here, even on the cam gears. And of course, we got the K-Tune belt tensioner. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, you don't need a belt tensioner, blah, blah, blah. Do what's comfortable for you. Better to have and need than need to not have. In my opinion, a belt tensioner works because you don't have a block. If you're using a B20, B20 didn't come VTEC. So to me, the characteristics of a B20 engine aren't that of high revving. Now we have a B20 block, high compression block, yes, with a BA16 head that is revving a lot higher, VTEC involved. So yeah, I'm gonna use a belt tensioner. And of course, some people are like, why don't you just cut this off and do all the other bit? Because we're gonna protect this whole area with the timing situation. You know that's sensitive. Some people wanna debate interference, non-interference. This is what I can tell you. If your timing belt jumps a tooth, bad shit can happen. Better to be safe than sorry. As we come into here, of course, you all know paint job is still very nice, very dynamic. We have the tuck radiator installed, also with hardware, custom hardware from MPC attaching that, even though you probably won't see it when the bumper's on, it's there. We also have the dual electric fans, also hardware on those, attaching those MPC. There will be a tow hook installed here somewhere coming out of the front lip, and we'll get to that when it comes. Hardware installing the transmission bracket, other hardware installing the motor mounts. There's MPC hardware all the way throughout this entire build, attaching very, very small components, even the VTEC solenoid here, attaching that. So yeah, that's clean. We even have MPC hardware here on the shock mounts and the AR mounts as well, as you can see. So we're gonna come back here to the inside of the car, just trying to give you all an update. I know you all are wondering what's going on. And if you see right here, yes, a very key new component installed here is the finishing line, brake, clutch, and gas pedal, accelerator pedals. Very dope piece right here. Very, to me, a component people should consider. Of course, we got some people trying to rip and jack this off and trying to duplicate it and steal Josh's idea and make it cheaper. What I can tell you, if it's made cheap, it is cheap. And I can also tell you, you're not going to have the support you would like to have with that part. Also, finishing line, hydro brake right here installed. So that is dope. Come back here a little bit. Of course, it's dusty. We'll have it washed and all that good stuff when it's game time. Come back in here for the trunk area. We have the trunk, everything has been painted. Now this is an area, to me, where I gotta try to figure out, am I gonna do most of this, or am I gonna bring somebody in to figure out the trunk setup? I really wanna try to stay with this overall look without a lot of paneling in, but I'm probably gonna go back to putting panels in and try to find a way to make the panels work with everything, but still have a bit rawness and metal touch to this, because I don't wanna do too much, I don't wanna do too little, and so on. Also, you already know brake lights are already in works. You already know we're gonna have a third light right there. The exhaust is not here yet, but we will be working out the exhaust. Some of you have seen that K-tune, and we're gonna see how that's gonna fit in with the whole wide body kit. It's already been drilled. You already see right here, everything's been drilled for the wide body to be installed. I did that previously anyway. New quarter glass, very hard to get, but that is new quarter glass. I will say this, if you do a paint shop and they put your front moldings in, I wanted them to use the OEM clips from Honda, but they did them some type of other way. It's good for right now, but I'm not sure if it's gonna run into a situation later. Well, I have to have all of that ripped out, which would be a pain in the ass, and then go from there. But yeah, overall, this is the update on the car. It is coming along. There is a lot to be done. There's still a lot to be done. Fuel Labs switched out the whole fuel system because of the new intake manifold. You can even see down there on the rack and pinion right there, MPC hardware even attaching that. All right, and several other pieces in here. If you can see back here, MDP right there, lovely piece right there that I absolutely love, for the engine harness to come out of the cabin into the engine bay. And we're even using their collar right there on the manual rack for that gap. Now, some of you might have that in, that's the throttle cable hanging down there. Some of you might have that manual wrap conversion, and you have that shaft still sticking out uncovered. My bad, I messed up the filming. But that's something that you don't want, and you can fix that with getting that MDP cover on there to make that look a lot cleaner. All right, now the intake right here, we're working the intake out. Now, as for the intake, we're going to form this up and have a custom intake made. Harry's gonna do it. Still working out how we want it to passage through here. So a lot of things still going on. The car is looking good. I believe it's gonna look good when it finally really all comes together. I'm gonna be doing most of the interior work, of course. And so that's gonna be a learning habit for me. I'm even gonna be doing the headliner, as we can kind of look up in here. Let's go on the other side. I'm gonna be doing the headliner as well myself, which is gonna be very interesting and content for you all to consider doing your own headliners. If you look up here, we're gonna be doing the headliner, cassettes put back in. We're gonna have to work out these water tubes right here, of course, so we don't get water in the cabin. Figure out where those are gonna go and where they need to be, so we don't have water dripping down into the new interior. Putting new carpet in. The seats have been redone. The shells have been redone. A new steering wheel is already purchased. You saw that. Still got to do the new digital dash, get the dashboard in, figure all this stuff out. But eventually, I just want the interior to be clean, solid, nothing too drastic, nothing too elaborate. And yeah, that's where we're going to be going from there. So I hope you enjoy the update video. There's going to be more updates coming. We'll see you soon. Peace.
You kinda like Face at the end of the flick. The world was yours and you died on the shit. Wolfpack gang all over this bitch. Taking over YouTube, running that shit.